in Randuin's because tanks are no longer killable, I think that's fine. That's very doable. I'm just personally a fan of simplifying items because, honestly, LDR already says you buy this against tanks when it has % armor pen on it, and it doesn't need the extra text. And so, personally, I don't believe this needs to have more text, so I think this is a good idea. And again, if it's weak, we can just always retune things. It's not a big problem. Mercurial Scimitar is getting lifesteal back. I believe it's retaining its crit. If I'm wrong, sorry, I might have overlooked this, but I know it's getting lifesteal back. And not much else to say there. The Quick Blades is getting reimagined entirely. It is now one of the core AS items. It is AS crit move speed, and it no longer has spell amp. That unique line is gone. It is basic ability refund on auto attack. And so if you need an... Right, so again, keep in mind that we are getting rid of all the AD AS crit items. So if your build is like Bloodthirster or Infinity Edge or Essence Reaver, and you're like, well, now I need my AS item. It's like, well, you can get the AS item called Navori Quick Blades. This AS item gives you ability refund. So if you really want ability refund, that's the AS item you want. Compared to Phantom Dancer, which just gives you a ton of AS. I think it just gives you more core stats, but doesn't give you the refund, and so you're getting stats instead. And so you kind of make the direct comparison there, right? Rapid Fire Cannon is going back to AS plus crit again. It's building out of Zeal, so it's doing that. I thought the AD crit version of RSC was totally reasonable. That said, just they're picking it as one of the attack speed options. I think that's fine as well. I don't have strong feelings about this, really. I just know that they're going back to, again, trying to have 2 stat profiles. And so this is, again, AS crit move speed. And so, again, right, there's a bunch of move speed items that are quite good. Hooray. Hurricane. Hurricane is actually going to have more AD ratio on the bolts. The on-hit effect is going white, otherwise it's still attack speed, move speed, crit, fire, bolts out, but it's going to be shaped to be much more strong for AD users because it's going to have, like, functionally, what, 30% more damage per bolt. I think the current changes from 40% total AD to 55% total AD per bolt, which is a very, very big deal. Static Shiv, as like with Kraken Slayer, is going to pure AD AS. I don't think this one has move speed on it. I could be wrong. But the effect is, instead of having the energized paradigm, it is lightning on kill. So right now it's a 3-second cooldown. You bounce to 6 targets whenever you kill a minion. And so you'll generally get it about twice per wave based on how fast you clear the wave. If you kill it really, really slowly, you might get it on all 3 melees, but by that point the cast is basically all dead. Either way, whatever. But the cool thing is on champion kill, it's going to launch a much stronger bolt. And we can tune everything around it. There's no cooldown. We can change the balance radius. We can change the damage. The damage is already different. But this is kind of saying that, okay, if you get a kill, you get this really big chain lightning. It's going to help you kind of do a team fight snowball. And if you don't ultra need crit in every slot, here's Shiv or Kraken or whatever. I'm interested to see how these builds all pan out long term, who wants to skip a crit slot or not, but keep in mind that because there's 25 crit chance per item, you only need 4 crit items, you have 1 bonus slot already. And so it might be that people are actually, oh yeah, we go for Shiv or Kraken per slot, and then we eventually build towards 100% crit, even if it's not going to happen in most games. The idea that you're not wasting slots here, I think, is a pretty powerful like mental tool here for players. We'll see what happens. I don't truly know, but I think it's really interesting. Storm Racer is gone. I'm not surprised. This was an item that we could never find a very good home for. Yeah, I think this is a good choice. I'm especially a fan of trying to get rid of these upfront burst mechanics on sustained classes. So one thing I find kind of odd is Dead Man's Plate. Dead Man's Plate provides a lot of upfront burst. It's not, okay, a lot of upfront burst, but like Juggernauts and Fighters not meant to be bursty, and here's an item that really only does something first hit here. Trinity Force, I think, is less egregious because the repeatability is so high, it's not quite so much upfront burst anymore. Storm Razor, again, if you're an AD carry, you're clearly not meant to be a burst champion. Doing a bunch of upfront damage is kind of whack here. So, again, kind of glad to see moving around. Yeah, to me, this is directionally correct, and we never really could find the right set of passes to make this item happy for us, and so it's gone. I think it's very reasonable. New item coming out, Yuntal Wild Arrows. Looks like another AD crit stat stick. Right now, there's Infinity Edge. There is Bloodthirst, which doesn't have crit on it, so that's not an AD crit stat stick. There is Essence Reaver, which is AD crit, but it's got ability haste on it. And then here's Yuntal Wild Arrows, which is AD crit, and it now applies a stacking bleed on the crit. So when you crit someone, you bleed them for, I believe, 35% total AD over 2 seconds. This bleed stacks but does not renew, so if you have like 2 attacks per second and you attack someone 4 times, they're going to take 1.4 times total AD on top. That is a weaker line than just dealing more damage on crit outright. This is not meant to be as good as IE. I don't think this is meant to be like remotely that, but what's cool is there's a synergy with Hurricane. It does synergize with attack speed the way that crits already do, If you happen to be a high AD champion who prints really high attack damage, congratulations, or you crit a whole bunch, you know, Tryndamere or Yasuo or Yone something, here's a really good AD crit stat stick for you, which I think, yeah, it's there to be an AD crit stat stick with text that, like, synergizes with AD and crits. It's really, like, kind of the point there. There's probably going to be some soft synergy with things like Black Cleaver. You'll deal physical damage triggers more often and thus shred them quicker. I don't expect the AD crit to build Black Cleaver, but I don't know if it's there. Regardless, again, AD crit stat stick. Let's scroll all the way back up. Yeah, cool. The final thing is re-adding Zephyr as a cheeky 7th item boot upgrade. I didn't bother to write down all the stats here because it doesn't really matter. The whole point is you get to full build, and you're like, I could sell boots for Phantomdancer or a GA. You're like, nah, dude, I upgrade boots to Zephyr. I believe this item requires level 15 to buy in the first place, so you cannot and should not rush it. But at a certain point, you can pay, like, probably relatively bad gold efficiency to have a, like, full 6 item build. If this is wildly popular, I assume you'd be happy to build upgraded steel caps, upgraded merc shreds, upgraded sword shoes, and just be like, no, everyone gets to go 6 item build and feel good about it. And maybe these items hold control wards or something. I don't know. I don't know the answer, to be clear. But there's something here that I think is kind of compelling. Again, my instinct is I think this is going to be wildly successful, and players will be really excited about it, and then we'll do this for more items in the future. This could be wrong. But that is kind of my instinct here. Anyway, I just think it's a really exciting kind of change to make here. I'm really excited that this is happening. Yeah, boots out of Zephyr, or Zephyr out of boots, I think is just kind of hype. Alrighty, miscellaneous item changes. A lot of these were much smaller scope, and just sort of spots where there were gaps in the itemization system that could be upgraded and improved a little bit. So let's talk about fighters real quick. Cleaver actually came out of Live Pod. We just identified that Black Cleaver was... so Black Cleaver's armor shred got nerfed.
Okay, let's go. Smash.
subject.